Mental health. Mental health refers to cognitive, behavioral, and emotional well-being. If you experience mental health problems, your thinking, mood, and behavior could be affected. Many factors contribute to mental health problems, including biological factors such as genes or brain chemistry, life experiences such as trauma or abuse, family history of mental health problems. Multiple social, psychological, and biological factors determine the level of mental health of a person at any point of time. For example, violence and persistent socioeconomic pressures are recognized risks to mental health. The clearest evidence is associated with sexual violence. Mental illness is common. About 1 in 5 adults has a mental illness in any given year. Mental illness can begin at any age, from childhood through later adult years, but most cases begin earlier in life. The effects of mental illness can be temporary or long-lasting. You also can have more than one mental health disorder at the same time. For example, you may have depression and a substance use disorder. There's no sure way to prevent mental illness. However, if you have a mental illness, taking steps to control stress, to increase your resilience, and to boost low self-esteem may help keep your symptoms under control. Treatment options can include medication counseling, therapy, social support, and education.
This is Her Standards with me, Queen Tambori. Thank you for joining us yet again for the show where we address issues that affect women, and also we talk about gender equality, women empowerment. Now on today's episode we want to talk about a very difficult topic, and that is mental illness. But first things first, we are very grateful to our host. This is 4 Points by Sheraton in Hurlingham. Wonderful place. Come and get yourself a good time with your loved ones. If you want to talk to us about your mental health experiences, we are available at KTN Home across all platforms. Or you can talk to me at Quinton Boy also across Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, as well as LinkedIn. Without further ado, allow me to introduce my gracious guests. I am joined by two amazing ladies. I have Sheila and I also have Anne, but I will allow them. Because it is Her Standards, we want women to set standards. I will allow them to introduce themselves. So let's start with the lady in the middle.
Yeah, thank you.
Anne.
Asante sana. My name is Annie Fatake.
What do you do?
I'm an actor. I'm an actress. I'm an actress. Yes.
How are you feeling?
I'm feeling good. I'm okay. Yeah, I'm feeling good. Wacha tu. But I thank God. Tunashukuru Mungu. Tukiwa wazima, yote tunashukuru Mungu. Yes. Yeah, thank you so much for hosting me today. Yes.
We are very happy to have you on the show.
Thank you.
Thank you for even being vulnerable, because I know you have a story which you share with us.
Yes.
Sheila.
Yes, I'm very well. My name is Sheila Mati. I'm a counseling psychologist. I run an organization called Kivulini Counseling, and I'm happy to be here. I love talking about mental health because I know when you talk about mental health, people get to understand it better and know what they can do about it. So I'm happy to be here.
Thank you so much. So we're just going to get right into it, and I want to start from a very comfortable note, because we have a saying in Kenya that every marketplace has as a mad person.
Yeah.
As a mad person.
Right.
And for me, what that tells us is the way we perceive mental illness in Kenya. What does that make you feel as a psychologist?
I feel bad when we relate mental health with madness or calling people crazy or mad. I feel bad about that because I know when someone is diabetic, we don't call them diabetic. When someone has cancer, we don't call them cancer person or canceric, if there's a word like that. But we tend to separate the things out of the mind with the other part of the body. And I've never understood why we do that. Because if someone has mental illness, it's just the same as someone else going through another physical illness. So we need not to have such names for people that are suffering with mental health issues. To me, mental health is just like any other illness, and therefore it needs to be given the place that we give other illnesses, like what we've done for COVID.
Yeah.
If we did that for mental health, that would be great.
That is really
Yeah.
a good point. You can imagine if we kept updating the nation.
Yes.
Yeah, on the status of mental health. That should be probably one of the goals that even the government needs to focus on.
Right.
Now, before I get to you, and because you're talking about mental illness, maybe someone who has mental health and mental illness, someone at home could be asking or wondering, what is mental illness? And they mind, what should I really experience when I'm mentally ill? So maybe again, Sheila, you just explain briefly what is mental illness?
Okay.
Basic terms.
Yeah.
And now we can finally get to
Mental health or mental illness are the illnesses that deal with the mind. Yeah. And that's why we're calling it mental. And maybe for the viewers, I can use examples like maybe when we are talking about depression, that's a mental illness. When we are talking about bipolar, schizophrenia, psychosis, and any other mental illness that you know about, that is what mental health is all about. It talks about our moods, how you're feeling at the moment, or how you're feeling yesterday, today, or how you'll be feeling tomorrow. So it's more of internal than external. That is what mental health is.
So it means I could be looking whole, but deep down there's something that is not right.
Exactly.
Is that what you're trying to say?
Exactly. We can look at you the way you are, Queen, and think everything is going on. And if I'm suffering from mental illness, I would be comparing my internal with your external. Because you're looking so well put together, I'm thinking, I'm thinking that I need to be fit, to be looking like you. So I'm comparing my internal with your external. And could be we are going through the same issues. Maybe, for example, both of us can go through a breakup, but the way you deal with the breakup is easier for you. And you don't need to seek help because it has not brought you down. It is not making you dysfunction mentally. But for me, because of other things that are going on for me, the breakup can take me down completely, can take me into a depression. So it is the way we look at things, the glasses we use. Maybe you look at the world using blue glasses, I look at the world using red glasses, but it doesn't mean because you are able to overcome your situation, then it is a must for me to overcome my situation. No, we are two unique people, very different, even the way we take our emotional needs. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Let me come to Annie. Mama, you look very nice.
Thank you.
Yeah, we were joking earlier on that she came dressed for the occasion in the right colors.
I'm telling you.
Colors.
Yeah, bright colors. Yep.
Tumefurahi sana kukuwa na wewe hapa.
Nashukuru sana.
Asante sana. Sheila has just been explaining in a nutshell what mental illness is.
Yes.
And I know that you have survived or you're surviving mental illness.
Yes.
So labda tu kwa kifupi unaweza tuelezea ni nini una survive nayo, ni mental illness type gani ambayo una deal nayo, and when were you diagnosed, na ulijuaje, yani ulikuwa unasikiaje ndio ukasema acha niende nipate help?
First of all nitaanzia venye nilikuja nikagundua kuwa niko na shida. Nilikuwa mjamzito na ujauzito wa my third born, and my baby daddy was around, and I used to keep on telling him that I'm not okay. Nikimwambia nasikia ni kama nataka kutoka niende usiku, like at night we are asleep, namwambia tu mimi nataka tu kutoka niende tu, but nowhere, sijui ni wapi. And namwambia naenda jikoni nachukua kisu nataka ananiambia wazimu imepanda. So it's like him alikuwa amegundua kuwa niko na shida lakini hataki kuniambia. Sasa ile kuniita wazimu ilikuja ikani stress zaidi, and nikaenda through a lot of depression. Nilipoenda clinic I was just going for a normal clinic. My people, I think my pregnancy was 8 months old. Yes. Nilipoenda daktari aliniangalia, akaniuliza kitu ya kwanza, umekuja na nani? Nikamwambia nimekuja peke yangu. Kwa nini? Akaniambia mwili wako umefura. Your body is swollen. And I was like, swollen? They gave me a mirror. And I could see mikono imefura, miguu imefura, kupima pressure iko 200 end. Wakasema you are very lucky umekuja, manake hata ungecollapse, tungekulizwa na mtoto. Where is your husband? Nikamwambia nimemwacha nyumbani amelala. What? Nikamwambia yes. So wakaniambia I have to go for emergency delivery. Nilipoenda kule, so nikiwa pale hospitalini pale, nikaanza kufeel ni kama nataka kujirusha. I just want to die. Nikakuwa na hizo feelings but sikuambia mtu yoyote. Nikaona labda wataniona mimi wazimu au kitu kama hiyo. Nikakaa tu na wasiwasi, silali, I'm just sweating, my heart beating so fast. Nikaona hapana, this is not okay. So nikakaa pale hospitalini for 1 week. Nikajifungua salama kwa sababu walikuwa wamesema I have to go for operation kwa sababu pressure imekataa kushuka. It was really a very hard time for me because I had no one. I was just alone. Mama hayuko, ndugu zangu hayuko, baba mtoto hayuko. Madaktari pale wananiuliza uko na nani, naambia sina mtu. And when one asked me what are you going through, I started crying. I really started crying and they all came and they were like, are you okay? And I told them, I'm not okay. I had to tell them, what are you feeling? I just told them, I feel like dying. I just want to die. And the right time, where money to make car, the mortuary is just there. I'm just seeing bodies being taken there. And one doctor told me, well, just calm down. Wakanitisha pesa za is it deposit? And I told them I have nothing. I had only 100 bob. Call your husband, I called him. The guy is mteja. So bado inatrigger ile depression na sina habari. And I kept, sasa wakaniaka catheter, sasa nikakuwa nikutembea usiku na mchana, nikutembea mpaka nione mpaka ile pressure ishuke ikakata. And nikaambia now you have to go to theater. And remember, going to theater uko na pressure, you might not wake up. Mtoto alikuwa amechoka mpaka ameenda choo. Wakaniambia ni sign, nikasign. Sina mtu, remember I have no one. So nikasign, nikatengenezwa. Sasa zile tunaingia kwa mlango ya theater. I told them nasikia kupush mtoto because it was my third baby. And the doctor was like, no, lazima uingie theater, you are risking your life, hali yako iko mbaya. And I told them no, wait. So one doctor akamuita akamwambia, wacha kumwangalia, hata sikumaliza dakika 5 wakasema ni mtoto. So mimi wananiambia push, lakini naona giza. I'm sweating, sina nguvu, and I'm like, sina nguvu. Wananiambia you can do it. Sasa nimezingirwa na madaktari wote. Push. Kwa kwanza mtoto akatoka. Kidogo naona people clapping, but naona ni kama naota. Sioni wako pale, lakini naona ni kama naota. I'm in my own world. Naona tu they are clapping. Mtoto akaochukuliwa, nikaitoa hapa. Mtoto alikuwa so young and very little baby. Nikachukuliwa, nikatengenezwa, nikawekwa kwa ward. Sasa ile kitu ilinifanya nikakuwa na stress zaidi. Naenda kunyonyesha mtoto. Badala maziwa itoke ni damu inatoka kwa matiti. Kumbe ile pressure ilikuwa imepanda mpaka imeenda kwa. So nikaita daktari, nikamwambia I've never seen this. They were all shocked. Wakasema niyo pressure. Kumbe nimeishi na pressure. Mwanaume amekuwa akini stress. Nimeishi na pressure zaidi ya miaka na mikaka na sina habari. Ni Mungu tu. So mtoto akaanza kupatiwa nani, nikakaa kidogo, wakakuwa wananisafisha, wanakamua mpaka ikawa safi, wakapima wakasema ni sawa. So I was discharged. And remember, to be discharged, I had to call my mom, nikamwambia nimekwama hospitali, sina bill, sina pesa. Ikabidi watu nikuchanga. Nikatumiwa pesa, nika dischargewa, nikaenda nyumbani. Kwenda nyumbani, the guy is not around. Sina chakula, remember. And sasa hiyo time ndio nilikuwa nasikia like I just want to kill this baby. Sasa nikakuja nikajiuliza, is it postpartum disorder or what? So ikakuwa nimetoka kujifungua, lakini maisha yangu ni ya machozi. Because of what I'm going through in that house and in that marriage. So I just decided one day, let me just pack my things and nikauza kila kitu, nikaanza maisha upya na watoto wangu nikawachukua. So ile makosa nilifanya, nilienda nikapata nyumba 3rd floor. 3rd floor. Na nikiwa pale katika ile nyumba, sasa unajua nimeanza upya. Sina chochote, naishi nakaa kwa floor. And that was now 2016 December. Nikienda hapo kwa stairs, hapo kwa veranda sasa, nasikia kujirusha, afu naangalia watoto wangu, naona no. Narudi. So msichana mkubwa na she's called Daniela, ananiambia, "Mom, are you okay?" Naambia, "Yes, I'm okay, mama." "Mom, you're not okay." But that time my heart is beating so fast. So fast, and I feel like I just want to die. Me, I just want to go. You know, I'm just tired. Na ilikuwa imefika mahali kila siku nikulia. Nikiamka asubuhi ni kilio, mchana ni kilio, usiku ni kilio, silali. I could even stay for 1 week without sleeping, and nobody knows. Nobody knows. So ilifika mahali nikaelezea familia yangu, nikamwambia mimi I've been feeling like this and this and this. And you know what? Niliambiwa na pretend and I'm seeking attention.
With the family.
Those are family members for you. I'm seeking attention. Nikipiga simu wengine mpaka chukua simu zangu, wengine wananiblock. But they don't know what I'm going through. Nataka at least people to be there for me. I need that love, you know. But sikupata. Nikaona hapana. I went to Facebook. So that night I remember now, ndo nikuje nigundue I'm a bipolar 1. That night I saw my baby, that Ella now, the small baby, nikamuona. I was hallucinating, kind of, because I could see spiders on the wall walking, and my daughter ameturn white, anakaa white. So naona kama kitu, naona kama kitu kama ghost or something. So when I was going to strangle my baby, no, kitu kanikujia pana. Nikashikilia ule mtoto nikamwangalia, nikaona it's my baby. Nikamweka chini, nikatoka kwa bedroom haraka, nikafunga mlango, and I took the Bible. And I started crying and crying to God. Nikamwambia, "No, God, this is not me. I'm not a killer." You know? And in the morning, ndo niliamka, nikalia tena sana. Nikaenda kwa Facebook. Nikaenda kwa Novena Prayers Group. Nikapost pale. Nikasema, I feel like committing suicide and I don't know why. One lady, ndio mimi nakwambia social media, binadamu unaweza saidiwa na mtu wa nje kuliko familia yako. I'm telling you, this lady, and thank you so much wherever you are, Connie Muru, she came to my inbox and told me, "Mama, what are you feeling?" And I told her what I'm feeling. And she told me, "You're so beautiful and you have a beautiful kids. Why do you want to kill yourself?" And I told Connie everything what I've been going through. And she told me, "Do you have money there?" And I told Connie, "No, I don't have even a cent." She sent me 1,000 shillings. And she told me, "Go to Nairobi Doctor's Plaza. Go to third floor and ask for Dr. Kigwana, a psychiatrist." And I went there. Early in the morning, nimechukua watoto wangu because by 6 you have to be there. Nikamka na watoto wangu mpaka hospitali. So nikiwa kwa matatu, because of that feeling at night, nasikia kurusha huyu mtoto mdogo kwa dirisha, matatu ina move. Na mimi pia nitoke tu niende tu. But nashikilia tu. The love I have for my kids, namshikilia, naona hapana. I can't do this. Mpaka nikafika hospitalini. Kufika pale, I'm still tensing, I'm sweating, the heart is beating so fast, and I feel like I just want to move. I don't want mahali kuko close. I just want mahali window is open, and in case of anything I can jump. Niko na hapana, this is a problem. So daktari alikuja, nikaingia, nikaacha watoto wangu nje, Daniela and Ella. Nilipoingia, Dr. Kigwama just started smiling. "How you beautiful lady?" I told him I'm fine. So he told me, "Have a seat." When I had a seat, nikamwambia nimetumwa na Connie Muru. Akamwambia, "Yeah, she called me." Immediately I started crying. Crying kabisa. He told me, "It is well. Just relax, calm down, breathe in and breathe out." So I told him what I was going through. And he told me, "I have very bad depression. That is bipolar 1. And I need people close to me." And I told the doctor, "I have no one. It's all my kids." And it's okay.
It's fine.
And I was given a prescription of medicines, and those medicines were costing 10,000.
Yeah.
They're very expensive. And after that, he told me, "I want you here after 1 month. And make sure you have people around you. And if you're living in third floor, please look for a house. Ground floor, on the ground floor." Yes. And when I got out of the room, I called Connie. And I told Connie, "You know what? Hautaamini nimeandikiwa dawa za almost 10K. Akaniambia, "Go to town, behind Uchumi there's a pharmacy there. Tell them I'll send you." Oh my God, I said, "Thank you, God." I went.
Modern day angels.
I'm telling you, there are angels out there. I went, Connie, to the pharmacy. nikawapatia prescription, wakanipatia madawa. So I went home very happy. And again she sent me 1,000 for food for the kids. Nikiwa tu hapo hapo. So I went home and she told me, please keep in touch. In case of anything, just call me about the
Did
doctor.
you know Connie before?
Do you know what? I've never met that lady till today. She's an angel. I don't know. Jesus. She's called Colin Moro wako kwa Facebook. Enda kwa Facebook utampata. A very nice lady. And nilienda nikaanza madawa. But hizo madawa zilinisaidia. I'll not say hazikunisaidia, but nilikuwa nalala sana so that my mind can relax.
Yes.
Kwanza kabla hujaongelea ya madawa, I want our expert to jump in.
Yes.
What I'm picking from Anne's narration is there were extremes happening in her life. At one time she's very anxious, very sad. On the other hand, I can feel there is a fight between good and evil. Yeah, she looks at her children, she loves them so much. At the same time, she looks at them and she wants to, you know, end their frustration and end their life. As from your expert experience, yeah, what can you say about that, please?
Maybe I need to start from where she started the conversation, like her wanting to go out of the house at night. When you have bipolar, and I use bipolar as a general, so it's bipolar 1, bipolar 2, I'll put them together. When you have bipolar, you oscillate between manic episode, that is, you have a lot of energy, euphoria, yeah? So you're very hyper, extreme hyper. Therefore, you even think there are things that you can do, yeah, because of the lots of energy that you have. Yeah. And then we have the depression part. That is why we are calling it bipolar, because it's bi too. Yes. Like major depression is unipolar because it's only depression. That's why now we call bipolar.
Thank you for clarifying that.
Okay.
Yeah, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I hope our viewers have heard that clearly.
Okay.
Yeah.
You oscillate. Mara moja uko juu, your manic episode unataka
Nguvu mingi, hyper, yes.
Even before I leave there, people that have the manic episode, they have bipolar, even their libido goes up. And that's why you might find a lady and they just want to have a sexual relationship with you. And viewers, I know we ask, if this person has this illness, why are they pregnant?
Yes.
We ask ourselves that question. It's because their libido goes high during the manic episode. So it is important for us to be cognizant of that. Then she goes to hospital. I can say Annie is playing between the manic episode and depression. However, there's no one time that you can be having both of them at the same time. No, you are either in depression or you're in a manic episode. And I like working with people that are mild in their manic. It's easier for them than someone who is in depression, because getting them out of depression, it's hard work for them, and also for me as a psychologist. It's hard work. So that's why I prefer this other one. So she goes to hospital and she's still experiencing the manic episode. And then after that, she conceives and gets a baby, and she feels like she wants to strangle the baby, right? Usually, you and I, people that have children, we always have blues when we've given birth. Yeah, we always have that. But the people that go through the postpartum depression, theirs is more than what you and I can go through. So, and it's a lot of hard work for them if they don't have support. Like, they have to sit and lactate throughout the day. They have to take care of this human being for 24 hours in a day, just one person doing that. It's very heavy on them. And therefore, they lack that motivation to do some of the things. And that's why they feel, if I took away this child, if I killed this child, then I can have happiness. And therefore, we need not to judge when you hear some people leave their children on the kitchen table, yeah? Some people can even throw their children down, or their child down, because of what they are feeling. They cannot handle their own emotions. How do they handle emotions of another human being? So she went through postpartum depression. When someone tells you that they have depression or they are feeling depressive, please believe them.
That's a good point.
Yes, because family members, like her family members, said that she was seeking attention. And you and I now know that she wasn't seeking attention, she was suffering. So when someone says that, you better believe them. I would rather you believe them and walk with them than just not believing them. Yeah. So let us believe when people say they have depression. And as I said earlier, we might be going through the same episode or even observed the same traumatic event, you and I, but you are able to overcome and I'm not able to overcome. Don't minimize mine. Don't just say Sheila is trying to be a baby. I mean, how can she overcome this? I went through a breakup, I went through a divorce and I'm here. I lost a child and I'm here. No, don't.
That's very common.
Yes.
Especially in the current society. Very common.
So don't minimize it. Just know if I've said I'm going through depression, that's it. I'm picking from her story.
From her story, yes.
On the suicide. People with depression or even a manic episode or bipolar, suicide is a way of them killing the pain that they have. It's not that they want to kill to end their lives. They just want to end the pain that is within them. If they could deal with that pain.
So in their mind, at the back of their mind, they believe that when they die by suicide,
yes,
then the pain will go.
The pain will go, yes. So for survivors of people that have attempted suicide, when they come out, they say, when you ask them, well, are you happy that it didn't go through? They'll tell you, when I was just about to die, I thought I wanted to live. But I just wanted to deal with this pain. So even when you hear, and it's something that is common for people that have depression, because they want to end the pain they are feeling, because it's a bad pain. It's a place full of darkness. Yeah, and if they could only get some light, they can survive it. So what she's been trying to do is trying not to kill herself or kill her children, but just trying to solve the pain she has been feeling. Yeah.
She's in the dark place.
Yeah.
And she's trying to find the light.
She's trying to find the light.
Right. Yes. Thank you so much,
Sheila.
Sorry. I guess I've been caught up in the moment. I'm even forgetting the name of it. And today's episode, please get a notebook, a pen and paper, gather the family together, gather the community, bring anyone who can dare to listen, because we are talking about mental illness, which I believe has been misunderstood, especially in the community. It happens. In fact, statistics which we'll talk about in the second part of this shows that about 1 in 4 people in this country are going through some form of mental illness. I know that's a huge number, but Sheila will shed more light on that. Now, if you have a comment, you have anything you want to tell us, if anyone experience you'd like to share with us, you want to drop in a comment for Anne and what she's going through. We are available at KTL Home on social media, or you can also drop a comment on my platform at Quinton Boring on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, as well as LinkedIn. We want to take a short break. Please just stay where you are. Short break, and we'll be back to continue with this conversation. We are glad you could join us for the second part of Her Standards with me, Quinton Boring. Today we are talking about mental illness, and we are hosted at the 4 Points by Sheraton in Hurlingham. I am honored to have two amazing people on set with me today. I have Anne, who is a survivor of bipolar 1, and I also have Sheila, who is a counseling psychologist. We're having a very good show today. Good in the sense that we are dishing out information that probably you are not aware of. Now, before we took a break, we were looking at the types of mental illnesses, and Sheila highlighted some of them as, depression, bipolar, which are
schizophrenia.
Schizophrenia, and pretty much, and there are several others in between.
Mm-hmm.
But now, there's a survey by WHO that actually ranked Kenya as the fourth most depressed country in Africa. You can correct me if I'm wrong. In the world, I think we are at number 9. And are we depressed? Yeah? And what is causing this kind of depression? When you observe what is happening on social media, people are angry. We are hitting people with rungus. We are killing one another. Children are killing each other. Adults are knifing each other. Are we depressed? Are those symptoms of depression? Is that true? Sheila?
Maybe what you're talking about, we can call it people going through a lot of stresses. It's just stress, and they need to know how to manage that stress. Because I don't want to call it depression, because it has not been diagnosed as depression, because the symptoms for depression are such like someone wants to feel isolated, so they always want to spend their time maybe in their bedroom, or they don't even want to draw the curtains, they just want to stay in a dark place. And as a parent, you might be asking, why is my child spending most of the time in the bedroom? Please check. When children are going through depression, they will not come out and say they feel sad, like an adult would do. They will just fight whatever they are feeling within them.
And what do we need to do? Because we are parents.
Yeah. Okay.
But we must rule with an iron fist. So maybe we might translate the act of defiance as a child just being rude when we say they're going through adolescence. What do we need to do?
And we do that most as parents. We look at our teenage boys and girls and just make conclusions that they want to be rude to us. I'm not saying they're depressed. I'm saying just keep an eye on them. Just keep an eye. And if what is happening is affecting other areas of their lives, like school, like their friendships, then it needs to concern you. But if it's just that one day thing, you need not to worry. But if it's affecting, you now look at the bigger picture as a parent and see, this is affecting their school, their performance in school, it's affecting the way they are relating with their siblings at home, then you need to be keen and be concerned. So isolation is one of them, and feeling sad most of the time. And for me, I'll say someone has depression if it has gone, it's something they have felt for 2 weeks and above 2 weeks. So if it's lower than that, I would like to check what is happening, yeah? What is happening in the background. Yeah, I don't want to use psychologist names, terminology, so that it doesn't confuse, yeah? So I will check that. But if it's something that has been there for 2 weeks, and above, then it concerns me, the low moods, the sadness. Then another thing, they cry a lot. You've heard from Annie, she was crying a lot. And they cry so much that you will not understand. They can't stop the crying. Exactly. They can't stop the crying. So you're like...
And the rest of us watching or listening to them are wondering...
Yes, why is this person crying and they can't stop? They can't stop the crying. So they avoid places with people. Yes. So I'm just looking at the small things that you need to look at. Yeah, you pick them and see this is what is happening in this person. Other people might pick that you have depression. Well, you know yourself you don't have depression. You're like, I'm going to work. So why am I depressed? Yeah, I'm still functioning. Why are you saying I'm depressed? People like you and I and Annie can go to our places of work looking the way well collected, yet we are going through a lot of stuff. Yeah.
Now back to Annie's story, I could also pick that there was underlying pressure in her life at the time when she was going through that depressive moment. So could that be a trigger? What are the triggers of mental illness? Annie will get back to you.
Okay, some of the triggers would be like trauma, childhood trauma. If someone went through childhood trauma, that can trigger. Or just being unable to deal with their emotions, like they're overwhelmed by their emotions. Stress, losses, any kind of losses, any kind of failure in life, can make you feel depressed. Maybe it's because I would not say this is what caused Annie's, because I don't have her history, but even what she has explained about her relationship in marriage, it could have triggered it. But maybe she had it from long time ago. It's only that she did not know. So this became as a trigger. Yes.
The reason I'm asking this, Sheila, is because there are communities, or generally there are people who also think that mental illness is a hoax. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it does not happen, or they associate it with the evil eye. There's an uncle who does not like your success, or there's a grandmother who did not like my grandmother, and so you are losing your job because somebody else is jealous about you. Mm-hmm. Could there be a link? Because there are people who actually genuinely believe that mental illness cannot happen, does not happen. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know we really kept on waiting. So
I'm listening. I'm really listening.
Yeah.
I'm learning a lot from her. Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. A friend of mine, he's a pastor and he's well educated. He told me, Sheila, these illnesses you always talk about are things from abroad. And I felt this guy is well educated, yet he can say that. What about the others that are not at his level? What about the religious people? Yeah? What about our parents, our aunties, our relatives? What do they think about mental illness? Mental illness is there. It's not about what someone has done to your family. Let us separate it from witchcraft. Mental illness is not because of witchcraft. So let us separate it. Mental health is an illness, just as you'd be having another illness. Like maybe you have a diabetes, and I'm sorry for using diabetes. It's just an example that I'm using. It's not like diabetes is the killer disease. No, I'm just using it as an example. So if you have diabetes, please pardon me. Yeah.
Let me throw in a spanner in the works, because in the first part of this show, Anne explained that after the first diagnosis she got from the doctor, she needed to find 10,000 for the prescription, which she did not have. And I think that is, I don't know whether that has been has disabled or blocked people from seeking medical help because of the cost implication. Sheila, is treating mental health or taking care of our mental health, is it affordable to kawaida? Is it affordable? Can we do it? Is it included, say, in the medical cover, in the NHIF? Can I just walk in as an outpatient, see a doctor, and then I get the help?
I would say yes and no. In terms of medication, because I know the government has provided mental health hospitals in the country. Ambazo, I know most of us, we know them. It's only that we've stigmatized those hospitals. For example, I will talk about Mathare because that's where I did my internship. Mathare is number one in dealing with mental health issues. Forget about what you've heard about the hospital. It provides in and outpatient help for people with mental issues, and they provide medication. You can also seek treatment in other bigger hospitals, like even Kenyatta Hospital has a department for mental illness, so you can seek help from there. And also in the level 4 hospitals, I'm sure you can seek help there and you'll be given medication. I think the problem is not medication, the problem is seeking help.
Accepting that there's a problem.
Actually, you already know you have a problem.
You will know when you have a problem.
You know you have a problem, but now seeking that help. And as you know, in our country, we've stigmatized mental health. So if you're telling people you're depressed, and they are wondering, even me, I get depressed, what are you talking about?
Kila mtu akona shida zake.
Kila mtu akona shida. And it's true, each one of us is going through our own stuff. Each one of us. But not every one of us is depressed because of the situation we are going through. So seeking help is number one. Even not medication, because you can be helped by therapy. Yeah? How many people go to see a therapist? most people think when you go to see a therapist, or in our term here, a counselor, that you have a lot of problems. It's not the case. You can seek help from a counselor because you want to make a decision and you just need another person to talk to.
So we need to make it normal.
It's very normal.
How often should we do it in that case?
How often do you go to see a GP? Yeah? How often do you go to see a general practitioner? So ukimwa na kichwa unaendaga hata pengine kwa hospitali, unaenda unaangaliliwa shida ni nini. Mbona tukisikia tuko na hizo sadness na huzuni, hatuendagi kuona daktari?
Tunasema ni shida za wazungu.
Yeah, ni shida za wazungu. Mbona hatuendagi? And then you also need to have a mental body. Mtu tule tu utamwambia nyewe Queen, mimi nasikia tu niko down. And I don't expect you Queen to have solutions for me. Na usinitafutie solution. Tu nisikize nikwambie. By the way niko down. Na unajua hata hiyo shida ni mimi nimejiletea, but you are there just listening to me. Mental body. Have someone that you can go to that will not judge you. That you can be vulnerable to them. That you can cry. And they don't need to pat you and rub you because you're crying. Ama hug you because you're crying. They'll just let you be. Yeah.
You know, when you talked about just having a mental body,
Yeah.
I don't know whether the men in the house are listening. Well, they say hizo ni tabia za mama. But now looking at, again, back to the figures, when you look at the cases of mental illness, cases of suicide, if you look at the gender that is actually affected, it's actually the men.
Yeah.
Yeah, so maybe we also need to talk to the men for what do they need to do. Is it seeing they call it a shrimp new mama, you know, something like that.
Men, you need to seek help. You need to seek help. If you're not well, you're not well. Just acknowledge it and seek help. Na mwache kukua na that's a myth that we always think that men will not talk. Men, you need to start talking and sharing your problems with other people and just telling them what you feel. Waambie tu nasikia tu uko down. Na mtu atakuambia tu kitu and it will move you forward.
Now, and one thing that I've picked from your conversation that really ticked you off was when your significant other, you claim, would call you wazimu.
Wazimu imepanda, yes.
Ni vitu gani watu wanafanya wa Kenya, familia wanafanya, yani inakera ama inafanya yani ile nini yako inashuka kabisa. Unafeel ni kama inaongeza hiyo nini? Inaongeza the feeling that you're having. And yani wangeacha, and then what else can they do? What can they use to replace the hurtful comments and the hurtful remarks, especially towards people suffering from mental illness?
Okay, venye ningependa kusema ni kwamba tuache kupuuza. Watu wa familia, marafiki, tuache kupuuza. Ukisikia mtu ako na shida, reach to that person. Na muulize shida ni nini, like the way Connie did. And also, like now, me, what triggers me more is how I was brought up since I was young. And it has not been an easy journey for me since I was 3-year-old baby. Nimepitia magumu. I'll not cheat you. And here I am is because I am a really prayerful lady. Nimepitia, I was brought up in Huruma, in the slums. And I could go, tuko tunaondoka, tunaamka asubuhi, tunaenda kuokota mifupa na machuma kwa matakataka, tunaenda kuuza tupate chakula. Na unapata watu wanatupiga na mwana anasema machokora, machokora. And that time I'm small baby with my late grandmother, may her soul rest in peace, because she brought me up till where I am right now. And ile maisha nilipitia na nikaona, ndio I think I got these things ages ago, lakini sikuwa najua. So ile kitu ili trigger ni relationship yangu nikiwa na mimba, ndio ikatrigger, but kumbe niliishi nayo lakini sikuwahi jua. So relationship ndio ili trigger. Mwanaume kuniita wazimu. When I tell my family I'm Manuel, wanaambia I'm seeking attention, wengine wanasema hata kusaidiwa, huyu anasumbua. So tuache hiyo.
If anyone wants to reach out to you
Yes.
for one reason or the other.
Yes.
And I hope it's for a good reason.
Yes. Yeah, I'm on Facebook, Anifatake Lokasa, and I'm on Instagram, Anifatake, na pia, yeah, just inbox and then we can chat and then I can give up my number. Yes.
Thanks so much.
Yes.
Sheila, are you on social media?
I don't know if we have time. I wanted just to look at the treatment so that we don't leave that part. Yeah, maybe people are asking why do people get depression? It can be biological. So if you have a family member, genetic, therefore, if you have a family member that has depression, there's a high possibility you'll have another family member that have depression. You see people who commit suicide, you'll find their family, there's a pattern because that's the way they resolve their problems. It can be something to do with the brain, so maybe the passing of neurotransmitters, it can be because of that. It can be because of behavior or something that has happened in your life, like you have stress and trauma, and therefore that's why you need to seek help. I just need to give basic ways to treat depression. One of them is just have a mastery, do something that you love doing. Is it reading? Do a lot of reading so that you avoid having those empty times that you have. Avoid being isolated. Mastery, it can be dancing. If you don't like even exercising, do a lot of dancing, just make fun. Self-talk, talk to yourself. Just when you have those the moments, you can self-talk and challenge the thoughts that come. Because with someone with depression, they ruminate about the past and they worry about the future. So keep challenging those thoughts that come. You can seek therapy from a counseling psychologist, from maybe when you go to the hospitals around, you'll find a counseling psychologist. You go for therapy, they'll be able to help you. Yes, and you can even have treatment, medication, but that one has to be prescribed by a psychiatrist. Don't do over-the-counter prescription for yourself. Please seek help. And also when you're having medication, don't stop taking your medication. We do therapy concurrently with you taking your medication. If you want to find me, you write to me at kivulini@gmail.com. kivulini@gmail.com.
Thank you so much, Sheila. Thank you so much, Anne.
You're welcome.
Yeah, we've come to the end of today's show. I just want to, from getting very grateful that you're able to share your stories with us.
Wow, I'm
Yes,
glad to.
And I hope that the information that you've given out, Sheila, I hope it's going to impact someone's life.
Yep.
Your story, Anne, I hope it will make somebody make a bold decision today.
Yep.
Thank you so much. You look good. And
Thank
we wish you
you.
all the best.
Thank you,
You know,
thank you.
You can beat this. Asante sana.
No, we're gonna beat it. Na wasiogope wakuje. I'll get back to them na tutaongea na tutawasaidia. So we are here for them. Yes.
Thank you so much. That's
Yeah.
so big coming from you. Well, that has
Yeah.
been Her Standards with me, Quinton. Today we are delving into issues of mental illness, trying to understand what goes on in the mind of someone who has survived mental illness, and also looking at some of the solutions that you can use in order to manage mental illness. Thank you, viewers watching us from home, for your time and for always tuning in to Her Standards every Saturday, 4 p.m. Also, I want to say, send gratitude to our gracious hosts. We are at the 4 Points by Sheraton in Hurlingham. Well, till next time, please stay safe. COVID is still here. Stay warm. Until next time, bye for now.